Welcome to the Itty Bitty Podcast. Oh, it's the Itty Bitty Podcast. Oh, it's the Itty Bitty Podcast. The Itty Bitty Podcast.
Happy St. Patrick's Day 2020. I'm Perry Phillips, and this is the Itty Bitty Podcast. No guest this week, but
I don't exist.
No, well, you didn't let me finish. I have a guest co-host, so just be with all the fucking craziness going on.
Quarantine.
And shutting down.
You're stuck with me.
Well, I mean, I do a remote podcast anyway, but it's just kind of, I don't want to reach out to people who like might have kids and shit and be like, hey, I don't know what you're doing, but I mean, I guess people aren't doing shit. So, but anyway, I just wanted to kind of take a week to reset. I don't do seasons or anything. I've been doing this shit for, it'll be almost a year coming up soon, but
That's exciting.
It's a sad St. Patrick's Day, not just because of coronavirus, but Tom Brady, after 20 years, I might get choked up. Oh my God, I can't do this.
Hi. I don't think you actually said who I was anyways, by the way.
Well, if my wife listens to this, I don't want her to hear some fucking chick on. No, I'm just
That you're
kidding.
quarantined with?
Yeah, yeah. So no, my wife and my dog were doing this from the couch, and so yeah. So Tom Brady left the Patriots.
Yeah, he did. I'm in shock still.
You got a little booger dripping from your nose there.
Thanks.
Is that like a little drip of coronavirus
It
that you're
could
trying
be
to?
just for you.
Those tissues are gold. Don't be using the whole tissue. Use half of them. Anyway, we're living in the apocalypse apparently, and
And Tom Brady is no longer with the Patriots.
yeah.
I wonder how Boston's feeling right now. No bars.
No bars.
No Brady. So how do you even deal? I mean, could you imagine the riots of the streets if the bars were open right now? I think it'd be like really bad. So it's probably
I
good
don't think
timing.
So. I mean, he's like at the end of the day, he's an older guy. I mean, I love Brady to death. I'm bummed he's not going to finish as a Patriot. But
Yes, but you know Boston people. You know Boston.
No, not with a guy like Brady,
Bostonians.
because Brady took so many pay cuts. It was like every other year you would hear about Tom Brady taking a pay cut so they could get better players.
Right.
So
I understand that.
You can't be mad at the guy.
I'm just saying that I feel like Massachusetts right now is a little
They're going to be sad for sure.
going crazy. And
I don't know if they
Have
would
to.
go crazy.
they go crazy over less.
Maybe here's a conspiracy theory. Maybe they knew Tom Brady was going to leave, so they started a global pandemic to make sure that people weren't going to be able to riot in the streets. Maybe that's what happened.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it's all around Brady. Although they were forced to shut down their bars because they were partying too hard, even after they were suggested they shouldn't be in bars and be around people. So, yeah.
Well, you know better than anybody that I got into trading cards like hardcore recently. Again, I was
Right.
into it when I was a kid, but and
And you
no, I haven't-
single-handedly
this
jinxed.
has to do with Brady. No, this is. I was just saying how many like legendary quarterbacks that you don't realize finish their career. Like you would always think of them with one team, and then you forget like that they finished with other teams.
Right. Like
So,
Brett Favre,
yeah.
but he did really bad. So it's a really bad example.
Well, I hope Brady does well. Honestly, I really do.
I do too.
I hope
He
he
shouldn't
kills
go
it.
out
I hope he
like
wins. But
Brett Favre did. Because
I just don't see an option where he could go and win a Super Bowl. So it's just kind of like, so, and who knows what happened. But I'm sure there'll be a documentary years from now about why Brady left.
Yeah. That Super Bowl commercial, though, man, we thought we had him.
I know. And then
False
Tennessee went after Tannehill hardcore. And so they were like, well, that was where Brady was supposed to go. And then the Raiders looked like they were looking at somebody else. And then, so I was like, oh, he's going to stay with us. And then, yeah.
Yeah. Who knows where he's going to go? This will be interesting.
Yeah. But sad day in New England.
Right. Well, for New England fans all over.
Right.
Not to mention we're all quarantined in this coronavirus pandemic.
Yeah. We've been playing a lot of, we have so many old video games and shit and systems. So we just got playing, why can't I think of the name? Mario Kart Deluxe or Deluxe 8 for the Switch. And one of us has been a lot better than the other.
Yeah, well, you should
like
see me on the old school game. I'm a lot better than you are.
Which one? We have the old school game. We can
I know,
play it
and
right
we
now.
played it, and I always beat you every time.
Well, we can play it, and we'll post.
And I think
that.
I actually just got first place on the
That'll be the promo
on the
for the
rainbow
episode.
on the rainbow course.
The rainbow course? It's Rainbow Road. My God. Rainbow Road. Jesus.
Yeah.
But I went to the store yesterday, and it was, I mean, like, somewhat back to normal. There was still a good amount of people. But, like, yeah, you shouldn't be going out if you don't. I just went to get last-minute stuff and trading cards. And I'm glad I did because I got a Jared Stidham. I don't even know how to say the guy's name. Rookie card. So, boom, boom. But maybe that was my fault that Tom Brady left. I jinxed it.
You did jinx
I literally opened that card yesterday, pulled that card yesterday, and I was like, oh, I won't need this.
I think it's your mic.
It's not the mic. It's
as soon as you moved it.
No, it's
went away.
Feedback from when stuff comes through. But I don't like the. I've said it before. I don't like the Note 10 Plus because I put it on Do Not Disturb and my shit just still comes through. I'm like, this is not Do Not Disturb.
I hear it again now that you turned around again.
Yeah, it just went away because I just turned everything off or cleared all my notifications.
All right.
So, anywho, what were you just talking about? The stores and not going. Oh, Jared, the rookie card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's gonna be worth a little money. I gotta sell it before the season though, in case he sucks. But no, that's a gamble holding on to it. I don't know anything about him. I'm gonna have to do my research on him. If that's even the guy, we don't even know. They might go draft some rookie.
You never know.
We don't even know what
Belichick.
they're gonna do. So
Belichick probably has something up his sleeve.
Dude, what if he leaves next?
Well, it could be. Maybe he wanted to retire.
Like, no, he's not gonna retire. He's like not even. I mean, a guy like that. He's got like I think his girlfriend. I don't think they already have like as many kids as they're gonna have, and he's got like he does whatever the fuck he wants. He's got a boat, and he lives for football. I just don't see him.
Belichick?
Yeah.
Why are you talking about kids?
Because I just don't see him. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not going to have a family to go. His kids are all playing, like, coaching football. So why would he retire right now?
I don't know.
He's got a boat. He does whatever the fuck he wants. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's got it nice right now.
All right.
I just don't see him. There would be like a lot of New England would be on suicide alert if Bill Belichick in the same week left.
Announced that he was leaving.
Oh God, knock on wood.
Yeah.
So I hope I didn't just jinx that, but
Anyways,
sad time. Sorry to make you guys sad. This is supposed to be, we're supposed to cheer you guys up, I guess. No.
is that what we're doing?
No, not really.
It's kind of a gloomy day all over.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
We also have a sad memory today. Just a overall poopy day.
Mr. Poopy Butthole.
That's Dexter.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, at least we live out in like the middle of nowhere, so it's not that bad for us. Like, and we've got plenty of shit, so.
I have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah. Gotta go back into the world.
Out and about.
So, but yeah,
They're
we have plenty of
supposedly
shit.
giving checks out to people that make a certain amount of money under, like somebody was saying, under 100,000 or 75,000.
Where did you hear that?
On my group chat
On the group chat.
with my bitches.
So if you make a certain amount of money, wait, say that again. I'm trying to look.
They're going to be giving some money.
I'm trying to look up about it.
Oh, on Twitter. You can't just Google it.
I mean,
You get all your information off Twitter now.
from reliable sources. I check
mhm.
Twitter. I check Google. I check.
Do you
but
like to go like see what Donald Trump posts on?
I like to make sure I know exactly what Donald Trump thinks,
Because that's
And then-
accurate on Twitter, I'm sure.
and then I go and I check what Rosie O'Donnell thinks, and I'm just like,
All right.
I'm just kidding. I don't do any of that. Now I can't remember
Well,
what
Roseanne
what was I looking? Oh
Might
yeah,
put some
checks.
fun things on.
See, I like Twitter because you can just put a word, and it'll come up and be like,
Yeah, so does Google.
yeah, but Google you have to.
Actually hit search.
Somebody said, "Don't tell them I'm spending mine on weed." But yeah, so
Did you find anything?
I did. It was just like a couple tweets that said that Donald Trump wants to send them out. That's what Munich,
Send
whatever
them
his name
out?
is, send out checks to people.
Oh,
But I don't know who would get them.
like if it's people that can't work or if it's everybody that makes a certain amount of money, under a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out the stipulations
Yeah.
in the future.
It's just crazy because so many fucking people everybody's affected by it.
Yeah.
And whether you say it's like people are exaggerating or not, I mean,
At this point,
it's at this point it's
It's a
happening. So
and it's the first time anything like this has ever happened.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean, they've never shut shit down on a global level
right.
like that. So, and I'm really bummed. We were getting our weapons together, and doing the old Dwight Schrute where you just kind of hide them in locations throughout the house. And so we were going through the checklist of where they were, and I had a hatchet it was like a hatchet / hammer, and I was saving it for the apocalypse. And I mean, this is pretty much as close as we're going to get in my lifetime, hopefully.
Right.
And so, yeah, and now I can't find it. I'm like, God damn it. I probably hid it somewhere too well.
We'll look through the
let me check under this
shed.
couch seat. This
see
couch
if you
cushion.
already hit it. In a
But-
future thing when we didn't have power or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hope that they keep allowing us to have power and cable and satellite and
I know. I keep
Internet
having like
and-
internet issues, like not internet issues, but like, it'll go, like it was resetting or something the other day. And I was like freaking out because I'm like, oh shit, the internet's not working. So
Right,
I just
it's all
reset it
down.
and it started working again. And same thing, I was going to work out today with the online one. It started tripping out and I kept closing the page, re-entering the password. It
Right.
still wouldn't work. And so I'm like, God damn it. But I pulled it up on my phone. So far the internet's been working fine.
I feel like that would be the end of it. People would go crazy if they didn't have internet.
I know. People are like, what's happening?
it would not be
It would,
pretty.
yeah.
So as long as we can keep that going.
No, I think people would be generally, especially in like an area like this, I think people would be like, all right, some people would take it as a way, like, you know, you'd have the dumbasses that go and loot during no matter what. And then you have, but I think you'd have a few
all the
more.
kids that are home not being able to go to school right now. All the parents that are using either like online programs to teach their kids or to keep them occupied. And then just like the millennials that don't know how to not interact without internet. Like play games and stuff like they don't.
It'll be a nice little lesson in honestly.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
It'll suck. It would suck, but it would be.
Well, they can't even go play
we get too
outside and
comfortable.
like.
We get way too comfortable.
Yeah, but like when we were kids, at least we could go play outside and stuff. Like right now, they're confined to their house. I mean, their yard. A few kids maybe, if they're not sick.
Right.
I don't know. It's just a strange time.
Yeah. Happened so
around.
quick too. People were well, not really.
It
I
needed
mean,
to happen quicker though.
not like I'm just saying like, right? It did. It could have been a lot easier. Like, you could have staggered. I don't know. You could have made it just easier instead of freaking people out.
They didn't know the extent of it at first until I mean, at least a lot of people didn't realize until they were starting to see what was happening in Italy. I think honestly that was like the biggest shock for most people was
I think it was when they canceled the NBA. Once they canceled sports,
like,
honestly, that was the part when people were like, oh shit, like this is and because like you think about it, those companies make so much money, like they don't want to shut down.
Right. And the fact that they did was a big step.
Yeah. So it's like but I saw that video of that dude. I forget what we were watching, but the guy who was the cause of them having to shut down the NBA, the guy who had coronavirus, Rudy Gobert, that was his name. I think that's how you say his name. But he was joking about having coronavirus, and then he touched all the mics as he walked out.
And then he ended up having it.
Yeah, and then he ended up having coronavirus.
Awful.
Fucking asshole. But yeah, it's
But those are the people that scare me. Those people that are so like ignorant and cocky about things that they don't know anything about.
Right. Yeah,
and the world is full of them. So it's like we needed to kind of get those people's attention.
Yeah. On another note, you're not going to be too happy with me later in the week.
Why?
And well, you know why.
Oh.
Because I'm going to be taking some psychedelics.
Why are we talking about that?
Because that's what I talk about on the podcast from time to time.
Well, I don't want to talk about it.
You don't have to. You're not going to even be at the house.
I know, but I don't want to know anything about it.
Okay. Well, anyway. You're already not happy with me. So anyway, that'll be, yeah. So I'll update later as to how that goes. Should be interesting since it's the apocalypse and all. If shit goes sideways, I might have like superpowers too. If it was anything like the last time, I'll fucking be jumping through the roof. All right, we're back. Sorry, the dog started barking. Anyway, so
I'm a little bummed we don't have corned beef and hash for tonight.
I'm sure there's plenty left at the grocery store. I like it sometimes.
I know you're not a big fan. That's
I
why
like
I didn't
it.
push for it.
I like it as leftovers for breakfast, like corned beef hash.
See, could have had that.
But, I mean, are there any food delivery services way out here?
No, we know that. Unless they've made it an extension because of the quarantine.
Dude, let's invest in a hazmat suit, and then we'll just put out a private ad, and I'll just drive around and deliver food to people. Just kidding. I don't want to do that. It sounds terrible.
Yeah, but you're still like, the hazmat suit would then need to be like cleaned and after every interaction, technically.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It's the same thing as like people wearing the same mask over and over again.
Huh.
it's not helpful.
Not helpful.
No. Unless you're protecting other people from yourself. Or somebody is like directly coughing in your face and you need to deal with them like a medical professional. Otherwise, you don't need to wear a mask. Anyways, hazmat suit though, yeah, if you're like interacting with people, you need to take off all of that stuff and put it in the trash and then or disinfect it. Otherwise, you're spreading it around more. So
We just finished Raising Dion.
a series on Netflix.
If you haven't seen it, on Netflix. And I liked it. My thing was, I think they probably I was saying when we watched it that I think they spent too much money on Michael B. Jordan, and that's why their graphics weren't that great. Because it was good though. I liked it. The kid's a little whiny,
A little bit.
but I feel like he kind of learns a lesson towards the end.
Grows up a little.
Like he's kind of shitty to his friends, and then he's like, you know what? I don't need to be really shitty to you guys. I'm sorry. And he learns a lesson, and you know.
Did you change subject because they wore a hazmat suit? Is that what made you think of it?
No, I just don't want to talk about coronavirus the whole time.
Okay.
So I was talking about Raising Dion,
Okay.
his hot mom, and aunt.
All right.
Weird Jason Ritter. I think that's who the white guy is.
Yeah, he's weird. Not hot.
Yeah, he was.
There was no.
He's a little much, but it's a good show. Check it out if you're looking for something to watch on Netflix. We're also watching, what else?
Westworld is out.
Oh yeah, Westworld came out.
That's a
only
little
one.
weird this season. It's a little hard to get into.
Well, it's
They've
like
completely switched gears this season.
futuristic. Yeah.
What else are we watching?
Dave, which is Lil Dicky's show, is fucking
That was funny.
absolutely hilarious, hysterical, whatever the fuck word you prefer to use.
In a stupid, funny way, but funny.
So funny, yeah. Like gross funny, but yeah, it's good. So shout out to Lil Dicky, and he can actually rap. So
yeah,
it's a good show. Go check it out. And what else are we watching? Give people some ideas for shit to watch. That's what we can do right now.
Well, I know
Hunters.
Disney put out Frozen 2, which I'm excited to see, but you apparently have no desire.
I haven't even seen the first one,
And
so why would I want to see
How
the
have
second
you not
one?
seen the first one?
Here's my thing about kids shows right now, and I love kids shows, don't get me wrong, but like we're about to be inundated with kids shows in a few months to a year.
So I can't watch Frozen 2 until our daughter is
You're the one who doesn't like to rewatch
a
stuff.
couple years.
That's an interesting thing too. Is like I used to like to rewatch stuff, but now I don't because you just like I don't like to rewatch shit.
If it's something good, I guess, but it's not my thing to like rewatch unless it's something I haven't seen in forever and I'm like, ooh, let's watch it. But yeah, I mean, like I don't like rewatching like sitcoms unless it's Friends, I guess. Because I'm like, I know what's going to happen. I just don't like already knowing what's going to happen, I guess.
What is White Friends? You mean? Sorry, I forgot.
I've watched that many times, and I guess Seinfeld I watch over and over, and I guess there's certain things that I'll watch over and over. It's just, I don't know. Like my favorite movies I watch over and over again. Like anything with Bruce Willis, I'll watch over and over again.
Anything with Bruce Willis?
Yeah, like Fifth Element.
Fifth Element's a good movie, but
I'll watch it like over and over again.
I loved it when I was a kid.
Yeah, and I watch it again as an adult. If it's on, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll watch that.
Trying
Or
to
like,
think of one that I
like
I
the
always,
classics. I'll rewatch things like Independence Day or like.
when I used to live solo dolo when I was single, I had like DVDs and we wouldn't have cable. So I just like rewatch DVDs. So I've seen certain movies like 1,000 times.
Yeah. I don't know. If they're good, I'll watch them again, I guess. They have to be worth it. And it can't be something I recently just watched. It has to be like, it's been a while. That's all. You make me rewatch things all the time because you fall asleep.
You fall asleep too. Especially since you've been pregnant.
Yeah, that takes a toll on my staying awake abilities at times.
Yeah. Did we talk about... well, that was on another podcast, but those haven't been released. We still don't even know if we're going to release them. But the... I called you an easy bake oven.
Yeah. Why don't you clarify what you meant about that?
Because you're baking my child?
Easily.
No, I didn't say that. I just was giving you shit. I was like, I said something because you were just on the couch resting like you should be. And I was just trying to be a dick. And I was like, you're not just an easy bake oven. You don't just get to lay there and bake my child.
Yeah, it was really an asshole comment. I got mad
I know,
at you.
I was kidding though. I was obviously not serious.
I know, but I still got mad at you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're getting pretty far along here. We're almost at 23 weeks. She's kicking away in there.
I know, and I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, it's... So now, like, we've got an apocalypse type scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Not supposedly, what's the word I'm looking for?
Potentially?
Potentially, yes. Potentially. And, like, we're going to have to raise our kid to be a super badass, like.
Well, that was our plan anyways.
But I'm talking about, like, surprise punches, like, surprise motherfucker, life's rough.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not going to be the millennial, that's for sure. Everything handed to them, and she's gonna have to work for her shit and
Did you
possibly
just talk shit about millennials?
No, just that.
You just did. You said it's not going to be a millennial shit, like, it's not going to be handed to her.
Well, there is a certain age group that seems to be entitled.
I don't... What do you
Maybe
mean
it's not,
by entitled, though?
Maybe it's not millennials. Maybe it's the Generation X.
But what do you mean entitled?
They just don't realize that they have to work hard for what they get.
But what do you mean by that?
A lot of kids don't have to work and don't know what the value of a true dollar is. And they get everything they... What do you mean?
I don't know. You just don't have any specific examples. I'm asking for, like, okay, give me like a specific example of what you're talking about.
Well, I didn't want to get into this right now. That's why I don't have specific. I'd have to think about it.
Well, I mean, it's a broad topic. So, like, some people might think that, like...
Okay, instant gratification, for instance, of growing up with internet and, like, basically like a DVR. Like, you don't have to watch commercials. You can fast forward through them. You have any information in the click of your hand.
Okay, I kind of get what you're saying. I kind of get what you're saying now.
Like, so you're just grown up with this just instant gratification of everything. Like, everything just comes to you with an easy, like, we used to have to look up an encyclopedia for things if we wanted to know what it meant. We weren't able to, like, just text our friends to meet up. We have to make a meeting spot somewhere and ride our bikes there, and hopefully they'd be there, basically. And if something happened, we wouldn't know why they wouldn't show up, like that kind of stuff. So they grew up in a more evolved era, I guess, with just instant gratification. So then when it just kind of seemed to continue, that they just didn't know how to be without internet. That's why I was saying the other comment about no internet. Like they might freak out and not know what to do themselves because they don't know how to just play cards and do puzzles and as like free time. Like when we were kids, that's what we would do.
Sorry, I have coronavirus. I'm just kidding. I did a dab. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna like at first I was gonna disagree with you, but then I kind of was like, well, I agree with some of that. I think that a lot of it too is that people misinterpret what other people do as them not like I'm not trying to make this about me, but like if you see people that are trying to do shit, like let's say you're trying to start a podcast, for instance, and you start a podcast and you think that it's easy and you do it for a couple weeks and then you realize that it's not that easy and that there's a lot of work that goes into it, so you stop doing it. And then you you go on to something else and you try that. Like, I feel like people just need to try different shit for them to know what they want to do.
And that's fine.
But I don't think that, like, all millennials are necessarily, like, I get the instant gratification because, you want that quick turnaround.
They just don't know anything other than that. That's all.
Right, because you get
It's
the instant gratification.
Not a negative
from
thing.
likes.
It's not anything
But I don't know if it's
against
millennials.
them.
I think millennials are like, I'm technically a millennial.
I guess technically I am too. I'm on the cusp. But that's what I was saying. I don't know if
You're
it's...
on the cusp. If I'm on the cusp, then I don't think you're on the
I think
cusp.
technically it is like 83 or something.
Well,
But maybe not millennial, but that other cusp of millennial Generation X where it's, I don't know when it all kind of started. When did I mean, you got a cell phone with internet on it.
yeah,
What,
so
in,
basically you
2009?
motherfuckers need to
I
raise
don't
your
know.
hand and come forward and tell us who you are so we know which ones who to blame, who we should be
No, it's not a
projecting our blame
blame. It's not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. I'm just saying that they were grown up with different expectations of the world and they had different, it wasn't their fault. It's not their fault. It's just like we grew up just like, I mean, the boomers will tell you that
the boomers.
that they grew up with like nothing compared to what we had. We always heard that when we were growing up too.
Yeah, but they had like better healthcare system.
Yeah, but they had like a stick to play with.
Housing was affordable.
They had absolutely no internet.
I know, but boomers had it like super easy, and then they had like all the shit that they don't want us to have now for some reason.
Yeah, I'm just saying for growing up purposes, like what they literally had. Like it was very simple. It was very like
Education was affordable.
yeah.
Like they had all the affordable shit, and they had to work like one job.
Yeah, but they also went through like the Depression and shit. So there was definite times of
But those weren't baby boomers.
hardships
Those aren't baby boomers.
when they were
Baby
kids.
boomers. No. Do you know when the Depression was?
No, I'm
You need
taking
to let
my
me.
history
You
class
need to
now.
let me help you with that history class.
I'm taking my class now. What?
Like my mom and your mom were baby boomers, and they were born in like what?
40s. My mom
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was like baby boomers are.
When was the Great Depression? 30s? 39?
Baby boomers are people that were born like after the war, I think. Or yeah, I think they were like, or from like, I forget when. I think it was maybe after the Great Depression to I can't remember.
The Great Depression, I think, was like in the 30s. Which
I think it was
not
after
too
I think it was after the war.
So maybe I'm thinking grandparents.
Yeah, I think it was after.
Whatever. They always
Like
told
people
us.
started having
that's-
hella sex after the war. I'm pretty sure that was it, but I don't look shit up on this show.
Apparently we're having a history
But-
lesson. I should have had my history class first.
No, yeah, you need to pay attention in that class.
I just started it yesterday.
I was looking at your syllabus. It starts off with ancient America, though. And ancient America, if you can get interested in any history, that would be it. It's like the ancient American civilization courses. I just said the same shit twice. But like they have the Mayans and the Aztecs, the Olmecs, the Incans,
Mm-hmm.
all that shit. They played this game. I can't remember if they had a name for it, if they couldn't figure out what the name was, but they think it was like a more brutal version of football. They had like a stone that they used and shit. I remember all this from high school. It's because it was so badass. They would kill each other like super aggressively, and I forget what wiped them out. It was probably white people, but honestly, I think that's what it was. But they came with guns and coronavirus. The original, the OG coronavirus.
Well, there was a similar virus back in the day.
What? What do you mean back in the day?
Viruses tend to come around again after many, many years. And there have been these type of viruses, not this specific one, but a variation of it, of the coronaviruses.
I saw something online today that it was clearly like a meme, but it said something like, if you have pain in your throat, like you'll know that you have coronavirus if you have a pain in your throat, and that if you swig warm water with vinegar, I think it said, it'll kill it.
Oh my God, what are you reading?
I was like, if two
There's
people I know
no
shared it,
way.
and I was like, I thought you knew a little bit better than this, and it was just like, I was like,
Oh
that
my God.
definitely doesn't work.
And that's definitely not the
It's
sign
not.
of coronavirus. Every cold I ever get, I get a sore throat first. Every single cold. That's how it presents itself, is a sore throat. I don't have the coronavirus right now.
I thought you were gonna say diarrhea.
No. A sore throat is my first sign. It starts getting a little tickly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get a sore throat the next day. And then the next day the sore throat goes away and boom, head cold or whatever it turns into. Everyone presents colds differently. This one it's a high fever, it's respiratory, might have a sore throat. I don't even know. It's more of a respiratory cough and shortness of breath, high fever. That's specifically the symptoms of this virus.
Thanks, Facebook doctor.
Well,
I'm just kidding. Anyway,
your meme was not.
I know that meme was obviously not. That's why I was laughing, because it was fucking stupid. I was like, this is
stupid.
This
I'm
is
agreeing
really
with you.
stupid. It just like it's the stupidity, but
Well, people hear things on Facebook and believe it. So
yeah. I like that there's a lot of cool like live shit going on, and like
oh yeah, Dropkick Murphys are going to be
Dropkick
on.
Murphys are
at
doing a show
4
in like an
o'clock our
hour and a
time.
half.
Yeah. Got to get ready for that.
So
We're going to have a dance party in our house.
dance party. What else have we been doing to
Keep yourself occupied.
we have,
Yahtzee's sitting over there.
You gotta play Yahtzee.
Yahtzee, but I think you had too much wine the other night to play Yahtzee.
Yeah.
You had to have one for me because I can't drink right now. Boo.
It's
For
not
good
all that
reason.
it's cracked up to be, though.
Yeah, but when you can't have it for this long, you just want a little bit, just a little taste. That's all.
I've been stretching those White Claws, though.
Yes, I'm proud of you.
Well, I always do. I'm not a big drinker. I used to be. When you met me, I used to get hammered. It was
Yeah.
a fucking mess.
Yeah, you were. I had
What
to
did
straighten
say
that
about
shit
you,
out.
But
Hey, I tried to deny you.
I remember there was one night when I went, and I forget, I was drinking a shit ton, and I went to the bar, and I was sitting on, I probably told this story before, but I was sitting on that wall, and I just fell backwards onto my ass. I was smoking
Oh, with Andre?
I was smoking a cigarette, and I just like fell, and it was probably like
It was a high wall.
3 feet, 4 feet off the ground, just like, but
Mhm.
straight down off onto my ass. But I was so drunk I didn't even feel it. And I went home, and I woke up the next morning, and I could feel like a huge ass lump on my back, or my like ass. And I was like, Amy, what is this? And she reached over and felt it, and it was just a huge welt. It
Mhm.
finally went away, but I had like a mark for weeks.
Long time. I think months.
Yeah, months probably, but that shit hurt. So yeah, I don't like to get too drunk, but I will smoke a fuckload of weed. I'm hoping that's when I'm gonna start being like, I'm kind of thinking I should go get some more weed, because I'm hoping they don't shut those down next. Shutting everything down. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah. Well, they're keeping up on the necessities right now, so you might want to look into that if that's something that you're gonna run out of, I guess.
We need to find like a good game. Oh yeah,
I'm about to bust out a puzzle, but I have to go back to work starting tomorrow, so bleh.
I did puzzles this morning. I did those Marvel puzzles that were sitting on the counter.
Oh, I just took those out. When did you do them?
I did them this morning when we were in a little tiff with each other.
How? That was like 10 minutes.
Dude, I'm fucking Goodwill Hunting.
Well, they must have
Rain
been like
Man.
tiny
I just
puzzles.
fucking. No, I'm just kidding. The first one was the hardest. They're huge pieces. It was like
Yeah, they're for like a 4-year-old.
6-year-olds. I was like,
found-
I'm smart. Fuck her.
I literally just put those out because I didn't know if you wanted them or not. I found them when I was cleaning out the potential nursery that we're trying to make here, which we should probably get further along about, because we're more than halfway here.
Yeah. Well, again, it's mostly your yarn.
I just found that puzzle. That was clearly yours.
Well,
There's some random stuff in there. We just need to go through some more stuff.
yeah. It's been, it's whenever you move, it's like, I feel like we still haven't even finished moving in to this house. But
Well, yeah, everyone has that box of junk they never want to
wait,
go through.
I'm not even talking about moving. I'm talking about, we were talking about a nursery.
Yeah, well, you started talking about moving. When we're moving stuff around.
Yeah. We're not going to paint that room though, right?
No, I mean,
No.
we're not. It's not going to be a long term. I was thinking about getting like decals or something, but
Yeah.
our walls are textured, so I don't know if that's going to work.
Yeah. What's another good, I'm trying to think of another good movie that you can rewatch if you haven't seen them.
That I could rewatch, or
No,
that people,
can rewatch.
if they haven't seen them, how are they supposed to rewatch them if they haven't seen them?
Or watch while this whole thing.
Good movies. Well, and then Star Wars has also been released early on Disney.
Yeah, there's a couple movies that are coming out early to straight to whatever, just because
of the times.
Yeah.
Which the movies, everything's going to take a hit. The movies are shut down.
Well, I don't know why they don't, like some movies, like
they should just put out on.
Yeah, like when
make some money.
I remember when that movie The Interview came out.
Everyone bought it.
Yeah, they were like
on
because
Google
no
or whatever.
theaters wanted to touch it because they were
Right.
so worried that there was going to be like an attack or some shit from
Right.
North Korea. And then they put it on straight to home release and realized people actually like that shit.
Right.
Like I hate
so they
going to
should
the
do that,
movies.
like make a little money.
I know that
Like everyone would probably buy a brand new movie for $5.
Right. It's like people are looking for shit to do.
Mm-hmm.
Release your shit, or, you know. I don't know.
A lot of shows have to even like not put on their new episodes because they have to shut down.
Yeah.
A bunch of celebrities are coming out with having positive results, so they're shutting down everything. So yeah, if they have stuff ready, they should release it, try to make some money, because the box office is going to be, everything's losing money.
Yeah. It's craziness. But I would be productive if, I took this weekend to kind of fuck off. But I'm trying to be productive while we're stuck at home.
Yeah, we gotta get some yard work done. Get some spring cleaning and get some yard work done.
I should do that right after this.
Well, it's on the list. Mow the lawn and spray down the house for spider eggs. So we can try to get those bastards out of here.
That's racist.
Why?
You said spray down spider eggs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Why is
know,
that
just
racist? Racist to the spiders?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they don't need to be on our
Spider
house.
is a race, right?
It is a
It's a race of creatures.
it's a creature.
Yeah.
I can't think of the freaking classification.
Like we're
right now.
technically the human race, right?
Oh my goodness, they're insects though.
Like we're the human race.
Mm-hmm.
And so those would be the spider race.
Sure, Barry.
So technically that's racist.
Because I don't want their eggs on my property.
Wow. I don't even have to cut that into a sound clip.
You hate spiders. I'm trying to look out for you.
I'm not as like...
He screams.
I do, but I don't.
And he makes me deal with them. And
I do.
I put them outside. I don't kill them.
But sometimes
I
I
don't need
let
their
them
spider.
stay inside.
Yeah,
The only time I kill them...
There's that one. Did you see it's traveling into the kitchen now? That little tiny thing.
I let him go. He's right there.
Oh, he's back in this room?
Yeah, he's just chilling up there.
He's a little dude.
He must live in that little...
I swear I just
There he
saw
is.
him in the kitchen not too long ago, unless there's a couple of them.
But yeah, we live in rural East Bumfuck, and it's like
We get a lot of spiders.
we get a shit ton of spiders. We at our old place we got even more. There was like,
Well, yeah, we lived in
but this one like we get some big ones.
a garage apartment.
Yeah.
An apartment was made in a garage, so
I remember we recorded a video. It was on a shitty older phone of we vacuumed one of these spiders into the
I was
vacuum.
not present.
No, we actually did it ourselves. I was like,
No, it was you and Justin.
yeah, I was shocked that we were able to do it. 'Cause neither one of us likes spiders. So we did it, and we were like, I think we both yell in the video.
Yeah.
But when you hear the spider go directly into the tube,
Thump.
and it just hits like whack. Just, oh. And then I was like, is that thing dead? But the sheer force had to kill it, like crush its bones.
Yeah.
If not, it was one
We also had
pissed
to
off
deal with a lot of bats
bats in that.
in
yeah.
that house,
Yeah.
which we don't need to talk about. That time where you hid behind me and
I didn't hide behind you. I was trying to get
pushed
you
me
out
out of the
first.
way.
I was trying to get you
No,
out
I'm pretty
first.
sure I was the last one
But
out.
we had like a gate,
I had a
full
baby
gate, like
gate.
a baby gate.
'Cause I'm resourceful.
And a broom. And we were trying to sweep it out.
Yeah.
You had the baby gate and I had the broom. I didn't have anything covering me up.
I was trying to protect us, and you.
I was trying to get the thing out. God, it's not what happened.
Anyways. But that's all I was saying, that we'll have to teach our daughter to be resourceful, to be hardworking, to be... These times will be different.
I feel like we should
When
have her
she's-
kill some shit too,
No.
just so she's okay with it.
Whoa. Simmer.
What?
No.
Like in a normal setting,
No. Nothing's normal about killing anything.
like killing, like in like hunting, like bird hunting.
We'll have to talk about that at a futuristic time. I'm not a killer, so I'm a
Well,
healer.
here's the thing.
Did I not just tell you that I was releasing those spiders out?
I know, but we're going to eat it. It's not like we're not going to eat whatever we are hunting.
Well, when the time comes for
Just like
that,
fishing.
we'll come to that.
When I went deep sea fishing, those fish come up super fast. They're fucking, the pressure pops their lungs out of their fucking mouth, and then you just kick them on the boat.
Oh my
Like-
goodness. That doesn't sound like the deep sea fishing I did.
That's the way it was when I went. They were just kicking the fish. Not like kicking. It's not
Mine
like
was
it's,
still-
you're not just like
Mine was
stomping
still
on 'em.
alive, and if it was too small, we threw it back. So
If you were deep sea fishing,
yeah.
we were doing like bottom sea. So when the fish come up, they're so far down that the pressure, like their lungs are outside of their bodies when they come out.
Well,
There were no throwbacks,
I don't know. I did it in California.
but
It
there
was
was
different.
so many fish. You're just like,
And you didn't catch any of them?
no, I caught a few of them, but I didn't catch any of the good ones.
Oh, that's right.
There was 2 different types of fish.
Yeah,
That experience was like, it wasn't fun. It was fun for like, so you get up at like 5.
I wanted to go so
AM.
bad.
You would have been miserable. You would have hated it.
No.
You get up at 5 a.m. and then we got up earlier than that because I had to drive all the way from here.
And you drove to the wrong port.
No, I didn't. That was a different time. I went to the wrong place. I went to the right place. And we get on the boat. Oh, yeah, I was at fucking Starbucks and I saw this dude that I had used to work with that, like, he's the last person you want to see at 5 a.m. He's like, why are we going fishing together? And it's like, we're not fucking friends. Like, that's not a thing. So run into that person. Then I go get on the boat. And it's like the shittiest. They say this is the shittiest that it's like ever been.
Weather-wise?
Weather-wise. It wasn't even bad weather-wise. Like, it wasn't raining or anything like that. It was just the waves. And so everybody, even the people that had taken stuff, like I didn't take shit because I usually don't have an issue with it. But I felt like nauseous as fuck. Like, I never threw up, but there was a lot of people that did. So the entire boat was seasick at the same time. And these are people that go all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody's seasick. Some of us puke. Finally, like, we get there, we get, and it's freezing out too. It's freezing. So we get out there, get some fish, and then once it like started clearing up and we started drinking, like everybody started feeling better, everybody started drinking, and then it got like, oh, this is fun. Mm-hmm. So for like the last hour and a half, it was fun. But the rest of the time we were fucking miserable. So I'm like, this is like, the time doesn't add up for me. Like,
well,
for
it was better
an hour and a half
in California
of fun.
because it wasn't as cold, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was like the summer. We went in the summertime, and it was like not supposed to be. It was like beautiful out. Like, it was a summer beach day.
I feel like it was almost like not summer.
Maybe September. I'm pretty sure it was in summer. I don't know. I'll have to find out when it was. But anyway, yeah. So,
but
it was
summer
fun.
here on the coast isn't warm. It's windy and it's
right.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love that kind of stuff.
No, I mean, honestly, it was a good time, but it was just, we picked the worst day to go because it was just like, if it was like any other day.
Well, that's like what happened to
And it
me
was
with
nice.
clam digging. The day that I went was a horrible day, and like nobody was getting their numbers because it was just a crap day of like not able to get the razor clams.
Yeah.
And it was cold and windy and slanted rain, and yeah. So I feel you on that. I had that type of experience as well.
We should do, oh no, there's no way to do it.
What?
Nothing. I was gonna say we should do like virtual board games, but like the other person would have to have the same game.
I don't even know what you mean.
Like call up somebody and be like, hey, let's do like play a game.
Scrabble.
Skype,
Oh.
something like that. But
Yeah, that'd be hard. Unless it was literally on the phone.
mm-hmm.
Maybe somebody will invent something like that soon.
I'm sure they have shit. I mean, there's shit you can do.
I wonder if we could do Pictionary like that.
I fucking hate Pictionary. I really do.
It's fun with the wand thing, though.
I've hated Pictionary all my life. My mom always
Everything
used to be
that I
"Play
like, you
Pictionary."
hate.
No, that's not true at all. That's so fucking dramatic.
I love Pictionary.
That's like one thing that I don't
Fishing.
like.
You just told me that you hate fishing.
Yeah. You love fishing so much. I've seen you go fishing 0 times since we've been
Yeah,
together.
because you didn't want to go ever when we were in California.
You never asked me.
Yes,
to.
I did.
No.
I did too.
But it's not that I don't like fishing. Again, I like a relaxing fishing experience, not like, hey, let's go to the brink of fucking death.
And you don't like
And
kayaking.
I like kayaking. I've gone kayaking with you the last couple of times that you've asked me to. I don't mind.
You get scared in the ocean, your mom said.
I don't get... Dude, my mom doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. She's a crazy old lady. She's a crazy old boomer who's gone too far to the left.
I guess I do agree with you on the cruise ship one now, though.
What? Cruise ship?
The
Cruise ships
called?
are fucking disgusting. I
let's
run
with
through
you.
the list.
I know. I agree with you now on cruises because I always wanted to go on a cruise, and you were always like, no.
Yeah, it's fucking. It's the worst people in the world
Well,
that go on them.
don't say that.
It is. It's usually
People are
usually the
listening
worst
that
people in the
probably
world.
go on cruises.
And they're the worst people in the world. And I don't want them listening to this podcast. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But it's usually like the worst people in the world. And like they think that they're seeing the world because they're getting off on a little island and like they go and see it real quick and then they get like in the safe areas and then they go like, and get back on the thing and then they're off. It's disgusting. Like that one cruise ship that had all their shit and piss like back up and then they were stuck in the ocean with all that shit and people were getting sick like that.
Yeah, that's gross.
That's fucking disgusting. They are one of the like leaders of polluting the ocean. Like they just dump like a shitload of pollution in the ocean.
Yeah, I didn't.
They're allowed to.
That.
They're allowed to dump their trash. I'm pretty sure that's true. I'm pretty sure that's a reputable source. But they dump their trash in the oceans and shit.
Yeah,
they're just fucking overall terrible. You're stuck in a small room with
no window. Well, you have to pay a lot extra for the window, I guess. But yeah,
and then your entertainment is like
room.
just
like Vegas, like.
Yeah, no thank you. So I've always been, and then if like something like this happens, no thank you.
Yeah, that would be scary because they were like telling people they couldn't leave their rooms.
Well, yeah, and if it goes under the Titanic, then you're fucking stuck in the ocean.
Were confined to their rooms, and they had to have the
I don't have
the workers bring like food and stuff to their rooms or whatever they wanted, like to their rooms, and they had to stay in there. That's horrible, especially if you don't have a window. I think it would go crazy.
Yeah. It's
especially if you get seasick and you need to like escape your room.
Yeah.
Blech.
But like I like bowling. I hope we can get back into bowling.
Yeah, we need to get back into bowling. That's how we met, kind of.
It's not how we met.
Well, first was Patriots. It's sore. It's a sore spot. Sore subject right now. I know, but then you like were friends with my roommate who was my bowling partner, and so you would hang around the bowling alley watching us bowl until I gave
Watching
in.
you bowl. I got drunk at the bar, and then I sat up at the thing and got drunk.
And waited.
Because I was like, figured I was going to get some easy, like an easy, an easy layup.
No, it wasn't.
So,
Made you work for it.
but, fuck, I don't know where that keeps coming from.
Every time
Ooh, that
you
was
change
you.
your position.
It's you, because your thing is, I'm telling you. So I posted something earlier in the week as the coronavirus hysteria was happening. I've talked before on this podcast about Nextdoor, the Nextdoor app. But this lady posted, I think it was a lady, about how everybody's worried about the coronavirus, but there's another danger right around the corner, and it's G5. And I'm just like, G5? Like, it's fucking 5G, lady. Like, if you're gonna fucking preach to people about how terrible and crazy and how much you've researched about this thing, at least get the fucking name right. Like, don't post some shit that you're like, I know this is the end. Like, people are worried
I didn't
about
even
5G.
know what the heck she was talking about.
Well, apparently she's not alone. There's a lot of people that are worried about 5G, and like they think like there's like 5G mind control hashtags and stuff. Like they think that they can control your mind with 5G, and
is that it? You mean like 5G, like the network, like the?
It's just the 5th generation of internet. As far as when I worked for a shitty cell phone
Right.
company, like it was, they just told us that it was like just the 5th generation of internet.
So like what's on our mobile phones
Right.
is going to take over the world.
Well, like the waves that they use. And so like people are worried about them. I don't know. I mean, I've heard
Doing
some people
what
say
to
that
us?
some people say, the crazy ones say mind control. But I don't
Mind control.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, 5G mind control is just, I don't know. But I had, when I would sell phones, dude, the people would come in and be like, I heard that stuff is bad for you. And it's like, it's can control your mind and all this fucking crazy shit.
So do we have to wear tinfoil hats when we use our phones?
I would say as a precaution, yes. But you want to heat it up in the microwave first.
Yes.
So, but yeah, no, 5G.
Well, you got to charge it up.
And I'm pretty sure there's already 5G in like
Helmets?
No, 5G, like, oh yeah, we have to talk about that movie we watched the other day.
That was
Speaking of fucking weirdos.
That was weird. That was another
Speaking
Netflix.
of mental illness.
That was another Netflix special.
Yeah, so speaking of, since we're on the subject of mental illness,
It was
kind
more
of-
alien related. The
Well,
tie-in.
yeah, but I think the whole thing. So we watched that movie Horse Girl. I forget her name, but she was Alison Brie. That's her name. She's in Community and Glee, not Glee.
What
Glow.
was that show? Glow.
She's in Glow and Community, and she plays a girl who's like. It starts off pretty mild mannered, like it's just this girl.
She's just like a little awkward.
She's a little awkward, but as the movie progresses, you just like she starts going more. She thinks you can't tell if she's going insane or if like all this stuff is actually happening to her. Like she keeps waking up in weird places, but as the movie gets deeper into it, like
Are you spoiling?
sorry, spoilers. But as it gets deeper into it, it's like fucking. It just gets even more like I'm not gonna ruin it for you if you want to see it. It's weird.
Yeah.
I can't tell if I liked it or not. It kind of made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, the ending wasn't great either. It just kind of ended
Yeah.
with no explanation.
No, I think I don't want to ruin again. Spoiler if you
We'll
haven't
talk
seen
about
it.
it later,
No, we
then.
can talk about it right now. Spoilers. So if you want to go see it, Horse Girl, we're gonna talk about the ending a little bit too. So, okay, you gone? You fucking gone yet? Piece of shit. Go see this weird fucking movie and then come back and listen to it. You just looked over like that was me breaking the fourth wall. I was talking to the listener.
Like, who is he talking to?
I've gotten so good at at podcast hosting that
I thought you were talking to the spider.
I know, but that was how good I am. I was breaking the fourth wall and talking to the listener.
Or you're crazy.
Well, that fucking movie made me crazy. So anyway, so as it gets further into the movie, dude, she like starts losing it. She starts losing her shit. Like she goes on this date with this guy and she's like, I want to show you some shit. And she takes him to this guy's house and this is some guy she's been following because she said she saw him in her dream. And she's like, I saw this guy in my dream. So she shows this guy that. And the guy's already kind of like weirded out. But then again, you don't know if this is actually happening in her mind or it's actually happening, or if it's, or if it's actually happening. So you're at that part, you're kind of fucked up on.
Right.
And so then she's like, I have something else to show you. And you're like, okay, well, what's she going to show him? And she drives him to the cemetery. And she's like, my mom's there. Or she said some shit.
She said she's a clone of her mom or her grandma and that she needs to dig up her mom to get her DNA to prove that she's a clone.
Yes, that's what it was.
And she brought like scissors so she could dig up her dead mother's grave.
Yeah, and she brings her first date there. She's on a first date with this guy, and she brings him to the cemetery.
At least our first date didn't go like that.
It was pretty bad. I mean, I took you to a Boston Market or IKEA or something like that. But
yeah, those were both fond memories.
we legit went to lunch at an IKEA. I was like, I want the sweetest meatballs.
He did. He introduced me.
You said it was our first date, but it was not our first date.
He introduced me to Swedish meatballs.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't had them.
They were bomb. So anyway.
I mean, it's frozen Swedish meatballs at IKEA, so it's as bomb as they could be.
That's what we should have. While everybody was panic buying shit, we should have gone to IKEA
It's
and
like
just
2-hour drive.
Loaded up on some fucking Swedish meatballs. Damn it, we fucked up. We could have had
bought them online.
We could have just been driving around to our neighbors with Swedish meatballs. Like, here you go, we're the Swedish meatball brigade. Anyway. So this bitch goes fucking nuts. Yeah, she's like wants to dig up her dead grandmother.
But then there's like
mom.
The entwined, like, she thinks she's been
she thinks she's been abducted and cloned.
Yeah, by aliens.
Right.
And cloned.
And so that's when the movie like starts to get even more like at that point when she like starts freaking. So because the dude's like, okay, like, let me take you home. And she starts freaking out. And she's like, who are you? Why are you doing this to me? And she starts freaking out and has like a psychotic break, ends up in an institution.
But then it's like, is she really there or not? Again,
I think she was actually just in the institution
the whole time.
Because it shows her watching her body walk out.
Right. And then she was really there still.
But I can't remember if that ever shows her getting released.
But that's the thing. I think she got released, and then she went and got the horse, took the horse for a walk, and then got re-abducted by the aliens, and that was the end of the movie.
But her friend sees, so at the beginning of the movie, her friend is talking to her, and she sees a horse walk by. Like she sees a horse's ass. Like that's all she can see walk by. And she kind of like looks at it funny, and then they continue on with the movie. So then they cut to that part at the end, and she's walking by with the horse, and they cut to that part, and she sees the horse's ass. So that part was like, made me think that it actually happened, and she is a clone, because her friend, you know what I mean? Because her friend saw her walk by at the same time she was talking to her. So I think that was their way of...
up to interpretation, but I don't like when it just ends when...
It was a weird fucking movie.
Yeah,
that's the only reason we're talking about it this much. So if you have not seen it, go check it out. It's fucking weird. I don't know.
Tell us what you think.
Check it out if you want to feel like you're mentally ill for a couple minutes.
Couple minutes? I felt a little longer than that.
Yeah. So anyway, we should probably wrap this up. I should have a new guest next week. I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna try to reach for some
actual
guests.
guest.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people just not doing shit right now. So I'm gonna reach for some guests now that all the hysteria has kind of died down. People kind of
And we're all
know.
just stuck in
People
the
have
houses.
people have a general idea of what's going on. But I feel like there's gonna be an influx of podcasts. So make sure you share the shit out of mine these days.
Well, not everyone's going to have the equipment, and they're not going to be able to go to the store to get the equipment.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can just do it on your phone, but I mean, I already have the
suppose.
professional shit. I was ahead of the game.
Don't tell people
Yeah.
how to do it.
We're going to be celebrating our year anniversary as my daughter's being born, our daughter's being born, and as everything hopefully is getting back to normal. But
Yeah, hopefully.
I thought I saw some shit that China, oh no, Bill Burr was talking about that China's got their shit back together, but I don't know.
I did
if
see
that's
that on,
completely true, but
I mean, again, a Facebook post that I didn't verify the facts, but
verify
it
the
did-
facts, Jack.
but it did say that they were starting to shut down some of their quarantine hospitals and stuff because they didn't have a lot of people needing them, requiring them. So hopefully there's a sooner end than they're anticipating, because right now they're saying July, August. But again,
Yeah.
that's just out of the word of Donald Trump, so who knows?
Well, if they're shutting shit down, hopefully it slows the spread of shit.
It
And I
should.
did notice that there weren't as many people out and about yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm still kind of bummed that I haven't been able to
Boston
get
just
any
had to
trading
get-
cards.
On board, because they were all partying and getting.
Yeah. But anyway, I hope everybody's self-quarantine is going well. I guess
Try not to kill each other.
Yeah, try not to kill each other. Try not to do any weird sexual stuff with your siblings.
Whoa, whoa.
What? It's a weird time.
Yeah, not that weird.
Okay, I'm just saying. I was telling people not to do that.
Don't even put that out in the universe.
I mean, if it's you're
The
isolated.
the
I'm
coronial.
speaking to people that are
booms.
isolated with their family
There are already
members.
going to be a bunch of coronial booms.
Yeah, don't fuck your family
Don't make them incested.
during coronavirus. I think that's really what.
The takeaway is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, we'll be back.
Love each
next
other.
week.
Love your neighbor.
Yeah, but not like that unless they're not related to you.
Well, don't touch them. Just
Yeah, you're
help
not
them
supposed
if they need help.
Yeah,
And don't take the last fucking.
but if you see them hurt
5.
on the ground, stay away from them. Stay 6 feet and just yell to them and say, "Are you okay, Mrs. Johnson?
Definitely
Mrs.
not
Johnson,
the
are you
time
okay?
to do mouth to mouth.
I know you're 80 years old, but do you need help? I can't get up. Help me up. I can't touch you. I'm sorry, I can't touch you."
If you touch them, just wash your hands afterwards.
Or kill yourself because you probably have coronavirus. I'm just kidding.
Ay, ay, ay.
All right, we'll be back next week. Tell your friends. So, yeah, it helps me pay for this podcast. Anyway, we'll be back next week.
Later.
Peace. Yeah.